watching Visionary Women's Visionary Talk. I'm Jackie Karsh, sitting down now with Suzanne Todd. She is a renowned producer. Suzanne, thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me.
Now, we're obviously talking about women in entertainment. You are a woman in entertainment. What are the biggest issues that you think women in entertainment are facing today?
Well, I think that things have gotten better in some ways.
Good to hear.
And I think that these last 5 or 10 years of what's happening in cable TV and non-network TV has really been a big part of it. You know, you look at a Netflix and all these other off-network brands that did so many shows that had strong women, and there hadn't been as many shows like that on the networks. You know, on the movie side, I had 2 movies this year that were very female-focused. You know, the sequel to Alice in Wonderland, Through the Looking Glass, and Bad Moms, which was a lower-budget movie, which actually broke out and played huge. It had the biggest multiple of the summer. I think it's a good indicator that women, if you make the movies, they will come. So hopefully people will buy into that and start making more movies with female characters.
I think a topic that often gets addressed is that there's also this tug between men in entertainment, or what men will go and see when a female lead or a female producer or a female director. Do you really find that to be the case?
Well, with Bad Moms, we had an interesting, you know, when we started to preview the movie, it feels like a girls' movie. There's girls on the poster. It's called Bad Moms. Men, by and large, scored the movie just as high as women. Because
all right, let's high five that.
Men, you know, they have a mom, or they know a mom, or they've been in that situation about how hard it is to be a mom and how hard they try. And the movie's funny. And, you know, men and women, I think, like to laugh in equal measures. So that was a nice part. It's probably part of what contributed to the success of the movie is men were going to and loving it.
Is that because there's been this more integration? I mean, maybe there are some stay-at-home dads these days and so they can relate? Or do you think it's just a shifting focus in the industry that, you know, men are thinking of this, I would want to see a Bad Moms movie?
Well, I think men don't romanticize parenthood in the way that women do, which is a difference obviously between men and women. But every man that has a wife or that has kids has been in the situation where the wife was either unhappy about what was happening or felt like she could do better or listened to her complain about not packing the right lunch. So men are in that space even if they're not living it. And the idea to be able to, like, you know, just have a laugh and relax about it all, clearly that was interesting to men too.
Have you ever faced a difficult situation as a woman being a producer that you would have wished you handled differently?
You mean like from a female perspective? I don't know. I mean, I've been doing it so long now. This is literally my 30th year since film school of making movies. I don't know that I make a lot of mistakes that are particularly, you know, because I'm a woman. I guess if there's one, it's probably that I still have an expectation that things should be different than they are, and they're not, which is probably not a good thing.
What would you advise the next generation of women about what you need to do to succeed as a female producer?
Well, there's a statistic that came out recently that said, you know, when people are applying for jobs, that a man will apply for a job regardless of how qualified he is for the criteria. He can have 50% of the criteria or 25% of the criteria, and he still believes that he should apply for the job because he would be good at it. You know, that same study looked at women and said women have to have 80 or 85% of the criteria to believe that they should apply for the job, and that needs to change. You know, for women, I would say if you're wanting to do something, wanting to move into a new area, and it's not something that you're already well versed at, you're going to learn, right? You're going to pick that up. You know, if you have a little bit more of a male attitude about it, that probably will serve you better.
So go confidently into that interview. Thank you so much, Suzanne.
Thank you. So nice to meet you.